get one more layer. Without wasting much time, I would like us to start. Okay, start sorting out things. All right, it's time to begin the real magic. Okay, this is it, guys. Put your minds down. Let's get into ground detail. All right, so you don't really need to put in this layer that I added to the game, to the world. You don't really need to put it. I just kept it for my own discovery usage, so it's not really important. Don't worry about it, guys. But if you would like to add it, you could just click add, sort up the you could click add. You could set it up the layer if you want, anyhow you want it, and then put whatever layer you want to put over there. So without wasting much time, since we have a lot to do, I'm going to begin putting things together. When it comes into layout, when it comes into terrain, creating and terrain editing, it takes a lot of focus and a lot of time. You need to be careful with whatever you're building so you won't make an error and then end up getting laughed out by your customers or people playing your games or people testing out your assets. All right, so guys, in order to begin, yeah, like I said, we have the sand. We notice everything is kind of giving out the end result of the whole mixture together. You can see some cliff. You can see the this is mostly what we this is the terrain. This is the texture seen most in the terrain. This texture, if you notice, it's what's practically is what is practically everywhere. The grass isn't showing, the other sand is showing, the other grass isn't showing. But nevertheless, everything is mixed up inside. If you notice, you can see a bit of everything in here. So now, what we're going to do now is very simple. We're going to try to sort out. I'm teaching you guys how to be able to do this without watching a YouTube video. We're going to, it's called common reasoning. We're going to be reasoning with our sense. Okay, fine. We need to put this into order. We need to sort this out. In the map magic, there are tools that you could test out to know if it's possible. I tried out the select. I tried out the selector, but the selector won't do a good job for you. It's only going to like selector only works for maybe mountains or placement of trees or so. Doesn't really work for this isn't bad. Well, it's not really good either. The grass isn't really showing well, and it kind of look off and rough to more selectors. So it kind of look like you're making a mountain. Usually mountains that come with different mineral sources. So it's just too it's just not nice. So instead of doing this, let's use a slope instead. With a slope we can set the range as well like this, but with a slope it gives a more reasonable explanation, which is saying, okay, I want this at this range, it should show, and at this range it should not. Slope. Let's first of all go on putting slope for all of them. Slope. Okay, next one. Slope. Okay, next one. Slope. So this is the cliff. I'm going to add a few more things to it because we want. Okay, let's put that at the end. For now, let's tackle from the bottom. All right. So for the bottom, we want the graph terrain not to have any angles and start as flat as possible, which is going to be almost zero. But we still want some sound to show. So we're not going to make it completely zero. Okay. And reduce the grass as well to maybe 20. Okay. And well, it depends for you. Depends on you guys. Well, on this sand, we would like to reduce the sand to a very very low percentage, even possible as low as possible to the grass. Take this, take this. 90, 90. This, okay. Then this grass we take in as low as possible. No. Okay. So here you have multiple terrain already. You could go more and work on your ranges to give it a different look. I could give it a different look as well. But just showing you guys how to sort out this magic. You can go as much as you can go on adding as more terrains as you want, but be careful. The more the terrain, the more complexity is going to give you. More hard work is going to give you in sorting out these things. Reduce the range for this to 20 as well. 20, reduce the range for this to 20 as well. Okay. 20. Okay. So now let's talk. We have the sand. The sand to start pretty much from the sand is meant to be at the top, alright, fine. To 90. Okay, let's leave it to 90. Then we have our, this should be for only the top. Let's leave this to be for only the top, and yeah, pretty much that. Okay, for this grass, I think we should just increase the grass back to 90. Let's not put it 90, but let's put it 70. Let's put it 70. Okay. So all right. This is a grass stone kind of texture. But you can see on mountains like this. All right. So now for the cliff, if you notice the cliff isn't showing, which I'm going to work on now. I need to make sure the cliff shows. Okay. Cliff is showing now. Let's reduce. Okay. So this is what's happening right now. We don't want something like this. In order to remove this kind of issue, the reason why this is happening is because of this cavity we kept here. What the cavity initially does is that the cavity tends to sharpen whatever you put on the terrain. If it's a texture, you're going to sharpen it, make the differences show very well. If it's an object, it's going to sharpen it. If it's something else, it's going to sharpen. That way, it does kinds of sharpens the texture or sharpen whatever it gives you give it to do. Differentiates it for you. So since this has been done, the cavity, if you notice when she remove the cavity now, the different this is going to pop up. You can see it's no more showing like before, kind of showing a kind of blue terrain. So we're going to put in this cavity one more time and then adjust to its level. So with this done, we're going to now raise up the slope. All right, we're going to raise up the slope. Mm, raise up the slope to about raise it up till you see it at a reasonable part of your mountain, wherever you decide it should be. For me, I would like it to be almost at the edges of my mountains. So this is kind of good. Um, I want to make it good. Alright, let me see. Let me see. Okay. Mhm. Okay, this is quite good. But you can work and you can do more some more working and figure out how you want your terrain to be. You can also go ahead into changing the seed, the the way it looks and all. So what I did actually to get this kind of outlook was that I added a curve, just a curve, added just a curve to the terrain, which gave it kind of a lowering, kind of a uniform type of lowering. So basically, if you want to add a node, all you have to do is just drag your mouse in and left click on the line and then start your editing. So you can see that the curve actually gives it a more good and smooth editing. Right, I could go as much as making it smooth. Yeah, okay, let it load. So as long as your textures have been done the way you want it, no matter the kind of shape your terrain makes, is going to adjust to that kind of shape as well. So that is it, guys. That is pretty much for all I have to say. If you notice, you might not see any cliff here. Okay, just here, there, and there, nothing more. Adjusted the way it feels is meant to be. So, you guys, that's it for this tutorial. Next tutorial, we're going to talk more, and you guys should subscribe if you like what you get and you want to get more. Also, if you have any questions, comment. All right, I'm always here to support you guys. You could also change the seed if you like. That depends on you. So you just change it whenever you feel like changing it. Depends on you and your choice and whatever you're planning on making. More and more and more tutorials to come based on terrain editing with different tools as well. And I'll be dropping those tools for educational purposes whenever I get them. So have a nice day, guys, and feel free to ask questions or play with your terrain. Whichever one you've gotten, also feel free to sell your terrain. If you've gotten the project, you can feel free to sell your terrain, but not just on Unity Ancestor. You can sell them on third-party websites. It's, that depends on you. I don't think Unity accepts things like this, even though you've paid for it. But I will advise you guys to pay for this tool because this tool is a very, very nice tool. Pay for it and try to support the maker because he really did a good job in making such a good tool. Alright guys, have a nice day.